let's see if I transfer this. So we can go, Garson, can we see if this works? Yeah, there we go. So, we are back to Broken Sword 1. The audio should be loud enough for you guys, hopefully. I'm just double checking in my head. Used to play this on the PS1. So if I click restore, hopefully this should work. There you go. So I'll go, which one do you want to restore? We want jam. Right. One of the things we will. Let's see if I can sort out the volume, because the volume does sound kind of low. Or maybe that is... Does that sound okay to you, Mousehead? Yes? No? Maybe that's just me. You know, just... Yeah, let's just see. So... I sound loud enough, so I sound loud enough. It's just whether or not the game music is loud enough. It's okay, yeah. Right. Right, yes. I might tweak it slightly. Let's see if I can tweak it. I don't know if I can. No, my mouse is stuck. Okay, hang on a second. Because it's probably always quieter when me viewing on the phone. Right, well. Oh god, now my Streamlabs is messing up. Give me a second. Like I said, I'll put the desktop audio a wee bit higher. Because we do want the game to be a little bit louder. And my stream is behaving itself, so that's good. Gotta get louder, louder. Yeah, very optimistic, James, to get into Broken Sword. Right, now. So, that sounds a lot better. Right, so let's get back to the funny business. Speaking of funnier business, we are actually going to be playing probably Batman Arkham Asylum later tonight as well. We are throwing ourselves into games today. So, we have Georgie boy, Georgie. And we also have the point where we left off.
The dummy wore a traditional Puro costume. At least, I guess it was a dummy.
Well, he looks like a dummy to you, George.
She reminded me of a girl I dated back in high school. Come to think of it, the dummy had more personality.
Oh, George. We're already off to a good start, so... The flamingo on the top right. And a bony skeleton and a horny unicorn. And we've got fewer things in this shop, but is that a bell?
It was an antique phonograph, the kind you have to wind by hand.
Yeah, I like this. So
the guy's spoon-shaped face was mournful and humorless. He looked like a vegetarian in a slaughterhouse.
I don't like meat, but I'll work with it. Good man, good man.
Excuse me.
Bonjour, monsieur. Please,
hello, monsieur.
Come in. Welcome. Leave the mundane world behind. But in these four walls, fantasy is king.
I don't want a costume.
Didn't you ever dress up when you were a child?
Not that I remember.
Incredible. You'll be telling me next that you never shared your elder sister's lingerie.
I don't have a sister, and I think I'd look pretty silly in a brassiere.
You would, George.
I just need
some
information.
Of course. How can I help you?
Well, could you tell us if this
Do you recognize this man?
Came to your shop?
Oui, monsieur. I stole him some grease paint.
Grease paint? Grease paint?
Are you sure this is the man who bought grease paint?
Oui, monsieur.
Are you sure this is the man who bought grease paint?
Oui, monsieur.
Oui.
Do you want this red nose back?
Not after it's been worn, thank you.
Okay, so
Have you heard of a man named Plantile?
I do not recall anyone of that name.
oh well.
I'm looking for a man who hired a clown costume from you.
Oui, monsieur. I do not see how I can help.
Don't you keep a record of costumes that you've rented out?
Yeah.
Of course, monsieur, but...
Well, then, I'd like to check your records. Give me the names of everyone who's rented a clown suit.
Impossible. There are too many.
Really? There's more clowns in France than there is in the circus? Sacre bleu!
The clown
Don't
I'm
think
looking
so.
for is a cold-blooded killer. Give me his name, and I'll see he's brought to justice.
I'd
Yes.
help you if I could, but you can't expect me to remember all my customers. You see, the clown costume is our most popular line, monsieur. On average, we hire out more than 30 clown suits a week. You'll have to
30?
give me more to go by. A description, perhaps?
How come clowns are so popular?
Yeah,
I
that's a
think
good
it has
question.
something to do with their unpredictable nature.
Personally, I think clowns should be banned, along with mimes.
Oh, come now. Who doesn't love clowns?
Me, for one.
Batman. Batman for one.
Are you sure this is...
Oui, monsieur.
Oh.
Does this dirty tissue mean...
Let me smell that.
Oh no, you weirdo! Don't smell it. Ew.
Bestheimer's number 7, white pancake.
theatrical grease paint, right?
Oui, monsieur. La crème de la crème of Shakespeare accoutrement.
Have you sold any of it recently?
Yes, 2 cans.
2 cans, 2 cans, 2 cans.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
My pleasure. Allow me to shake you by the hand.
Huh? Well, okay.
Oh! Get
What are
the
you trying
other
to do,
sense
kill
humor.
me?
You did not find it amusing?
I never saw the funny side of electroshock therapy.
Eh bien, it is yours to keep. A gift?
Do I need a license?
No, but I give you a word of warning, monsieur.
What?
Remember to switch it off before you visit the toilet.
Good piece of advice. Good piece of advice. So. Okay. That is quite random. Let's check out the.
I
Clone
gave the dummy
potion.
Puro a tentative prod, but it didn't move.
What about this one?
As I was about to touch the dummy, I realized it had the same color eyes as Nico. The strange thing was, I hadn't realized I'd noticed the color of Nico's eyes.
Because you have a crush. So. There's nothing I could ask him that can continue our investigation then.
Excuse me.
Oui, monsieur.
Okay.
Thanks for your help, bud.
My pleasure.
Sorry, I'm eating Frog Cocktail Crisps now. Okay. Would like to ask. I could ask a digger. Nom 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 nom.
Hey, you!
What do you want now?
What now, buddy? Hey, have you seen this man?
Did you see a clown come?
A clown?
Yeah, with makeup.
Huh! Those guys are funny, aren't they?
We
Not
did this
in
last
my
time, didn't we?
experience.
I love the circus.
Doggies.
You haven't answered my... Have you seen a...
You think I've got some of them?
Right. Ask him
Do you
about the fool.
recognize the man in this photograph?
Yeah.
No,
Let's see.
I don't.
Okay.
I gotta go.
Thanks anyway.
Don't let me give you, senor.
Wonder if there is. I can speak to Inspector Moo. Inspector Moo. Hey, what you saying, Moo? Moo's
Sergeant
funny.
Moo?
You heard the inspector. Go on, monsieur.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur.
It's the guy who bombed the cafe. The clown.
This man looks nothing like a clown.
Okay, click.
He's taken off his grease paint and costume.
Then there is nothing to link this man with the killing.
Oh, Moo.
Nothing? Look at those murderous eyes.
Yeah.
Hardly likely to get him convicted.
Did you find the victim's briefcase yet?
No, sir. The inspector gave me specific instructions to guard this door. Until he countermands these orders or backup arrives, here I stay.
Okay. So... Oh, I know who I could talk to.
See you later, Sergeant.
What about the, guy at the, hotel? Have you seen this man? Have you seen this man? Could go down the sewers again and check. Okay, could be a possibility. Down the sewers again. Alright. Just checking how the game audio is over me. Don't want me yelling over the top of his. Up we go, George! Oh, he's not there.
The door
Hello.
was locked.
The door's locked. Can I... There he is!
Hi there, remember me?
Ah, mais oui, Inspector.
Have you found him?
The man in the
The man in the
sewer?
sewer, of
I'm
course. Yeah.
sifting through the evidence.
Rather you than me, monsieur. That reminds me, someone's been impersonating you.
Oh?
Came sniffing around just after you'd gone. Bold as brass. He tried to tell me he was a policeman.
Oh, dear.
Inspector Rousseau, he claimed. I didn't tell him I'd been talking to you, not hours before.
Thank goodness. Impersonating a police officer is a serious offense. A man with so little respect for the law must be desperate.
Yes, my father used to say, desperation opens the door to the devil. He was always coming out with things like that. Stupid man. So, when you are not exploring sewers, what do you do?
I take a lot of showers.
Oh, very good, monsieur. A policeman with a sense of humor.
It's a healthy police officer. Right, this is the pet. Let's
Do
see
you
if we can.
recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, I do. It's that villain I told you about.
Alright. Well, guys.
I have to be going.
Good luck, Inspector.
Okay. So, that was a bit of a waste of time. Never mind. We live and we learn. We live and learn. Try and talk to him at the police station. Let's see. Hello there. What's he look like?
The
What's
policeman
this?
was not much older than me. His face wore an expression of intense concentration. Excuse me.
Not so fast. I'd like your personal details, please.
Huh? What for?
In the event of an accident, it would help us to know where to send the body.
Look, is
Whoa.
this really necessary? I came in here to talk to Rosso.
Why did you not say?
May I
You
see
know,
Inspector Rosso?
He's not here.
but
Oh,
Do you wish
typical.
to leave a message for him? I have a choice of blue or black pen. I'd recommend the blue for a less formal communication.
I'd prefer to talk to him in person.
Yeah.
As you wish, monsieur.
Is Sergeant Moo available?
What? You want to speak to him?
Yes, please.
I cannot recall the last time someone asked to speak to Moo. No one ever speaks
He's
to
a
him.
mook.
Not even his kids. Eh bien.
Aww.
He's not here, monsieur. He is with Inspector Rousseau. Like
I feel
Laurel
bad
and
for him.
Kitten. No, monsieur?
Hardy. Oliver Norville Hardy.
Oliver Orn Hardy.
Have
Love
you
it.
had any reports concerning a suspicious clown?
Why, yes. There was a fracas only this morning. 3 arrests for public disorder.
And you say there was a clown involved?
A clown and a particularly offensive piece of sculpture with balloons. Are you in any way
Okay.
involved with the reprobate, monsieur?
No, not me.
No. Okay. That was a round one. Have you seen
Do
this
you
man?
recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur, I do not.
I'm looking for
I have
Francis.
no memory
That's what we're
for
looking for.
faces.
Okay.
Do you know anything about Rosso's psychic techniques?
Yeah.
I cannot comment on my superior's methods. All I will say is that Inspector Rousseau has an impressive record.
He's a good detective?
One of the best. He's a man of honor, with a fine sense of duty.
You wouldn't say he was a screwball?
Not to his face, monsieur.
Thanks for your help, officer.
Okay. So I could try phoning Todrick again. Try and mention the paint. Let's try Todrick then.
Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
this?
It's George Stobart again. What now? Do you know where I can find the guy with the scar?
I told you. Without a name,
Right. Of course I
Thanks
can't.
for nothing.
Can't get any further with that. Speak to Nico.
Hello? Couleur.
It's George.
What's new?
Nothing. I'm not sure what I should be doing.
Yeah.
Why don't you start by tracking down the killer's movements?
Huh?
You've got the photograph I gave you, haven't you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, somebody must have seen him.
Well, I did that, but we didn't actually find anything. Unless we speak to him. Pardon me, I thought a funny tat. Show the great lady. Show the futuristic woman. Woman, show me the future.
Oh, hi.
Ooh.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
What a hunk.
He's
He's a killer.
nutcase. Yeah.
I can see that. His eyes say it all.
So,
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, dear.
oh, for God's
See you later.
sake.
That's right, monsieur.
That's right, monsieur. You will. Okay, for God's sake, right? So that doesn't help. Why? Why are we doing this if we can't find the bloomin'? Okay, so can we go to any of these places? Went to possibly. We went to the cafe. Go back to the toy shop. There must be something I've missed. Oh, what's that on the ground?
As my fingers closed on the plastic novelty, I realized my mistake.
Ew, it was actual
It
poo
was a
in his
novelty,
shop.
all right, but it wasn't plastic.
Oh!
The sight of the dog waste set my stomach churning again. I quickly looked away.
That's what I was thinking it was. Oh dear. Oh dear, George. George. We could try.
Excuse me,
Oui, monsieur?
do you want this buzzer back?
No, you keep it.
You keep it. Right. He's got. Why have I
Excuse me.
tried
Oui,
talking about everything?
About this, I have already.
Okay, what about.
What does this tool?
Nothing, monsieur.
Are you sure this is the man who bought grease?
Oui, monsieur. He chose 2 costumes.
Ah,
Bozo the
there we go.
clown and Seamus the pixie.
A pixie?
A
Very
pixie.
smart. Green silk with a taffeta lining. He gave me his name as Monsieur Khan.
Khan! Khan! Sorry, for those Star Trek people
Are you
who
sure
really
this
wanted
is the
that
same
moment.
man who hired the clown suit?
Weasels?
Certainement, Monsieur Khan.
God, my name is Khan. Right. Thanks for your help.
Thanks for
You
your
have
help.
been
My
amazing.
pleasure, monsieur.
Also, give the paper to the man with the pickaxe. Oh, I've already done that. Yeah, that was a while ago. We already did that bit, Mouse said. Back to Rougerie. Rougerie in the door. We're making progress. We've got progress. Boom. And we go.
Salut, George. What news?
Ah,
I've been to the
salut.
costume shop.
I remember that. It was bonjour, salut. Oh God, French, man. French the days.
Yeah, I like it. What are you supposed to be?
I didn't hire a costume. These are my clothes, and you know
You
it.
know it.
Did you ask about the clown?
Yeah. He used the name Khan.
Khan.
He hired 2 costumes, the clown and a pixie.
Then we're one jump ahead of him.
How do you make that out?
He
So
probably
he's gonna be a
plans to use
pixie
the
prick.
pixie suit next time he kills.
Oh, God, don't let it be me. I don't deserve to die at the hands of a pixie.
Don't be silly, George. That won't happen.
Oh, no?
No, because every time you see a pixie, you're going to run like hell.
Totally.
May I use your telephone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
Now we can phone Todrick, and now we can go. Alright, right. Hello, who is this?
Hello?
Who's this? Who do you work for?
I found out the name of the guy I'm looking for. Is that so? Yeah,
Yes.
it's Khan.
Khan.
You know who I'm talking about, don't you? Yes, I delivered the suit to his hotel. The Hotel Ubu. I
Oh, the hell
don't
Hotel
remember
Ubu.
the room number. It was upstairs. The second room on the right-hand side of the corridor. Thanks, Todrick. That's all I wanted to know.
Now I've
Check
got
it,
you, Mr. Clown.
Mr. Clown. We got him in the laughing stock.
Now we're getting somewhere. Do you know
Yes,
the
we
Hotel
are.
Ubu?
The Ubu? Yes,
The
I do.
Ubu, the Ubu
That's
Boo
where
Boo.
the clown stayed.
Good work, George.
Ah, you're welcome. Right, so
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots
Pie
of
of
contacts.
1996.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Her brains.
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking? Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clown's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
Oh.
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
Okay.
See you later.
Where are you going now?
I could go hang out at the Hotel Ubu.
Watch out for
Ubu.
Khan, George.
Don't worry, I will.
Don't worry, I'll just get William Shatner. I'll just get William Shatner on the case. I'll throw a toupee at him. Throw the clown nose at him. This is actually the longest I've actually seen you in the stream, Mousehead. Okay, so we need to go to the hotel. Hotel Ubu! Hey, boo boo! Oh, good grief, look at this character.
The guy looked just like a weasel.
I actually was thinking that. He looks like the weasel guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
You got a problem with that, Valiant?
All you need is that big guy with a coin with a ditzy hat and a baseball bat. Dunk. I bet you laughed like one as well.
Excuse me?
What does he sound like? I don't remember. That's fucking chain smoking, man.
Yes?
Oh, yes? You got a problem with that? Wait for the quieter part past to then the way to do deliver from our name press. Oh, that sounds cool. I better not let him know I'm looking for him.
Have you heard of a guy called Plantar?
No. That name means nothing to me.
I know nothing. Do you want to shake my hand? It's probably not the best idea.
Forget it.
I don't trust these dudes.
Excuse me?
Is he gonna be like that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my God, I got it! I just went, yeah, and that was him. Okay. Oh God, let's see if he goes, no, I don't know who he is.
You ever meet a guy called Plantar?
No, I ain't.
You missed your chance. If you're quick, you'll catch him at the coroner's. Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
No, I ain't. Don't tell me I missed him. Oh, that's too bad. I love the clowns, don't you?
I've seen daytime television that was funnier.
I love it when the little guys get hurt.
That figures.
Custard pies, hose pipe down the pants, then smack! A plank in the kisser.
Or I just figured the Family Guy version of that.
See you later.
Not if you see me first.
Pal! They are quite a pair, aren't they?
The sign listed the price of rooms, and boy, were they expensive. The killer must have been earning a fat wad to pay for accommodation like this.
Probably. And there's lots of cool flags, I like that. Right, so actually, a safe thing to do, I'm going to regret this probably, the game will probably crash if I do this, but it's better to save it as we go along. Right, so there's an alley. There's an alley. Is there anything in this alley? Can I search the trash? Nope, it's just an alley. Okay. An alley that has nothing, but will probably mean something later, because again, I've only played the first one years and years and years ago, so I don't have a vivid memory. The grandeur of amazing!
The figure of a sexless youth was frozen in mid-skip with a silly grin on its stone lips.
Looking like a moron. Fair enough. Let's carry on. Wouldn't this be a funny time to go, you're off key, madam?
The clerk wore a disdainful expression like he'd been born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline. There's a key there.
Hanging from a brass hook was a key and a plastic tag.
Okay.
It was the register of guests staying at the hotel.
Okay, what else have we got? George, can you come a bit more closer? No, can I speak to him?
I want some information.
Who are you?
Cheeky bastard!
I'm conducting a private investigation.
You see that?
Ah,
Holy
I know
shit,
only
his
too
ears.
well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business.
Oh.
When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
Not always.
Do you have a guest by the name of Khan?
No, monsieur. Perhaps you would care to check the register.
What about the
Do
photo
you recognize
then?
the man in this photograph?
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
What name?
I cannot tell you that.
Hey, shake my hand.
I'd rather not, monsieur.
Aww.
I'm still sore from the shock administered by one of the guests. He was secretly concealing an electrical device in the palm of his hand. Practical jokes are so puerile, don't you think?
Oh, yeah,
Well.
About the key hanging on the hook over there.
Oui, monsieur.
Which room is it for?
Number 21.
Is that room taken?
No. The guests checked out this morning.
Could
I'd
I
like to
have
check
it?
into room 21.
That is not possible.
How
Oh,
come?
why
You said
not?
it was vacant.
It is reserved for another guest.
Rats.
No, monsieur. Dutch.
Do you know a man named Plantow?
No, monsieur.
No, monsieur. Okay.
A man who
what
calls
about...
himself Khan has a scar on his left cheek.
Vraiment? I tell you, I do not know a man named Khan.
Maybe not, but I noticed a change in his expression when I mentioned the scar.
Yeah, see, he's kind of going. He's giving us a weird dog look going. Maybe. Just trying to get into it. Sorry, guys. I'll kind of get myself comfy. Get myself comfy, like. So you're not getting the sunlight from the window. Would be nice. So, have you seen a
I'm
clown?
looking for a man who dresses like a clown.
Like the
This
Joker.
is a highly respectable hotel, monsieur. There are no clowns here.
If you say so.
Not even clowns that are gonna clown around? No? Nothing? Okay.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
Oh, good grief. Hopefully the piano music isn't too loud.
Excuse me. Didn't I see your picture in the news? You're that Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
Yes, that is me, in person.
I don't want to worry you, but have you had any threats on your life? You know, mysterious phone calls, letters made up of headlines cut from the newspaper.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Clearly not then. So, do you know the professor or the
Do you know a guy
Plantard?
called Plantow?
I don't know anybody in Paris.
Oh, well, this guy's dead anyhow.
Why do you ask me about dead men? I have seen enough of death to last me a lifetime.
I'm, sure you have.
Oh,
Have you seen
any
a clown?
clowns?
I beg your pardon?
The clown. A guy in funny pants. Have you seen him?
My pants are from England. Marks and Spencer. They are a pleasure and a comfort to wear.
Still around!
With much support.
I'm real glad to hear that. You know, it's good to know you Nobel Prize winners are human too.
In
Yeah.
my country, the people make do with string and egg cartoons.
For pants?
For
Telephones.
everything.
Oh.
Oppression is the mother of ingenuity.
Okay. What about this
Do you
photo
recognize
then?
this man? He calls himself Khan.
Yes, I know this man. Why do you carry his photograph?
I'm a private detective. What's
So
your
what do
interest
you
in
know
Khan?
about him?
He is an enemy of my people.
You know he's a killer.
Of course, amongst other things.
He is pot ventriloquist. Nah, I'm kidding.
Would you help me investigate Khan?
That is not possible. My instructions are to observe. I cannot
Instructions?
jeopardize my position as an honored guest of this country's government.
Right.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
The woman was obviously English. She had all the qualities of Boadicea, Elizabeth I, and Margaret Thatcher rolled into one. It wasn't a pretty sight.
George, this is amazing. George's observations are so good. I really enjoy that about him.
Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment I thought... But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George. George Stobart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The
Like
blood
us
may
all
be
mortals.
blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to speak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
Maybe. There might be a way for us to help each other.
Do you
know
recognize
this
the man
man?
in this photograph?
My God, it's him! That's Merlin!
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no! Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest.
There's the name!
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer.
my
He also
God.
uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stobart. Shaken. I
Not
took him to be
stirred.
a gentleman, a man of honor. Do you know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
Yes, you will. Thank you. You're so good.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday.
But
I
that's
needed
the
to
same
get
thing.
away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband's death.
dear.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. A wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hempstead. That was until last night.
Last night? What was going on last night?
What happened to you last night?
We want to know
I
more.
was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight, romantic music tinkling across the room, and then a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections.
Oh.
And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Ooh. Ouch, you rama.
Did you know
these
there's
weasel
a
boys?
gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and bulges in their pockets. That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
That's kind of good. Yeah, it's a bit stereotypical, but yeah, she's right. She's right.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
I see. Ah, well. Let us see what we can do about that. We can see about getting that off the key.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Yeah, me too.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantow's briefcase.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would.
Yeah, totally. Can we get the key?
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
Oh, no! It's
don't
the
be
key to
silly.
an empty room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room? Do you plan to squat?
No, ma'am.
No!
Scouts on up?
I was never in the Boy Scouts, ma'am.
Oh,
Cross
you
my
should
heart,
have been.
how did I?
What were your parents thinking of? It's a fine way for a boy to get licked into shape. Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
So I can get it.
I'm hoping it's the key to Merlin's room.
Well, how can I refuse? I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case, but a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick.
Yeah. Right. Oh, good God. Let's see what we can do. You idiot! That's what she's gonna
I
say.
say, you there, flunky.
Flunky?
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But
Can
of
you understand the words
course,
out of my
madame.
mouth?
Good. I wish to deposit some jewelry for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Over to you, my dear.
Right, first things first. Let's check.
There was no one registered but the name in the book for...
Right. Quick. Grab the key. Right, let's go. Okay. What about using the key? Furthest door? Can I do that? Yeah, let's try the furthest door.
It wasn't the right key.
Oh, okay. That wasn't the right key. Whoopsies! See.
It wasn't the right key.
For fuck's sake. That door. There's only 3 doors. We have to choose all the bloody
Maybe
keys.
it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Right. Right.
There was nothing in the wardrobe.
Right. Can we get out to the window? Let's try that. Go. Oh! Right. Window's open. Ah. Nice. Oh, we're in his room. We're in his room. Ooh, boy. Check the cupboard first.
The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed.
Oh, I know. Gonna check around his bed first. Don't like this music. Check around his bed. Anything?
The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
Okay. So, check. Checkity check.
There was
What's in
nothing
there?
in the pockets. The pants were newly laundered and pressed with immaculate creases.
What about that one? No? What about...
There
What's
was
in the
nothing
book?
in the pockets.
Really? There's nothing in his pants? There's nothing in his pants? Oh, the briefcase! Oh! Oh, you got the briefcase. Have a nosy.
I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half
Ah.
expected, it was empty.
Damn it. Oh! It's gone!
He's coming!
Oh shit. Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Feeling in my stomach that would usually send me.
Hide in the closet. Yeah, hide in the closet, George. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no! Oh, don't open the other door. Oh yeah, don't do that. Oh god. Oh god. Oh fuck. He's like, huh? What? Did I just see his face? Did I just see his moon scar? He's gone. Okay. Ooh, Delali. Oh, Delali. God. What's in the pants?
I couldn't believe my luck when I found 2 items in the pockets of the pants.
Nice!
The first was an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. The second was a pass card which read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Gruber! Gruber like a goober. So we checked the briefcase again, in case he put anything in it. No. Check the briefcase. Nothing else in the briefcase. Just double checking.
I searched.
Okay. So there's nothing else in the briefcase. Close that door. Let's just hope he doesn't come back. Bloody hope he doesn't come back. So
the matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words Club Element.
Okay. What about the
card? It was
card?
the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics.
Okay, so would it be safe to get out there now? Be safe? Okay. Okay. Okay.
There was no one registered on, but the name.
Right, so
it was
we've
the
already.
register of.
Ah, there he is. Hello. Swearing. Right.
What now?
What now, monsieur?
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving...
I don't drive.
Your passport.
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional identification.
What about the cards?
Does this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big
Maybe.
Oh, well.
I can live with that.
I know who would like to hear about that. Lady! Lady, whatever! Get your bosom off your buttocks and help! You will! She'll be like, follow me, George! I hope she does.
ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Hello, Georgie. Right.
I got the key.
Right. Tell her about the...
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
He could find a spark in the whole
this
place.
This guy probably has a million faces. I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's papers. But he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of.
Ooh.
Follow me, George!
Follow me, George! Just so she'll pick him up, person going, whoosh. Now you give him what he needs.
Did you place a package from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did, but...
What's the problem?
He isn't Merlin.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am
You
the
silly
law.
man!
If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
Squander off and get us what we need.
You know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Piermont, yeah. Piermont to the
Voilà,
element.
monsieur. Le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Ah, manuscript, eh?
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk had given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
I totally agree. Now, I do remember this bit, so I'm kind of going ahead of myself, because if you went outside, you would have...
The door was...
Oh, the door was locked. Of course it was. Because if you go outside, and if we... Those two Weaselly guys, the Weasel and Hammer coin flip, they would actually frisk us and then find it. So I do remember that. Because why else is the lane there? Oh, I'm going to throw away a parchment.
I knew this was no way to treat an ancient manuscript, but I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
Oh, don't. Boom. Good. Right, it's down there, so gotta pick it up. Pick it up! Gotta run and pick it up. And then Khan doesn't see me coming out of his room. What are you doing there? Nothing! There we go. Thank you, Piermont. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, receptionist douche. That didn't help us at all. Here we go.
Just a minute, monsieur.
What's your problem?
No problem, if you cooperate.
What do you want?
Just a routine security check, nothing to worry yourself about.
Oh, well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You
Flap.
bet. All right, man. I'll search your Frisk.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Our
Guido.
apologies, monsieur.
What? I had to report you to the authorities.
Round here, we are the authorities.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
Yeah, flap away back to your own business. I want to hear the comment again, like the Weasel.
The guy
He
looks
looks like
just like a weasel.
Do you think if we actually start singing the was it the Bob Hoskins song?
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed.
Aww.
I couldn't wait to get back to Nico's apartment and check it out.
Guess what I got? Guess what I got?
Plop. Back in Nico's apartment.
You're just
Here
not
we
going to
are.
believe what I found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
Ha! That wouldn't be very funny now, would it?
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the U-Boo.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantark?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Yeah.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they couldn't afford one each. What up?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar?
Templars, here we
Their
go.
official seal was an image of two knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades. This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a
They all look so miserable.
They never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. Foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy.
I know.
At the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive.
Jesus.
But the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found.
Jeez, like. Not a lot hanging around and burning the things at stake, eh?
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping. Think about it, Josh. One guy's already died for it, as you said yourself. Besides, that parchment is fragile.
Okay, I'm convinced. You keep hold of it.
Right, so...
I found this in the killer's room.
What is it, a credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin, of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him, or the company.
Yeah, he's a fake!
I found Plantow's briefcase in the killer's hotel room. It was empty, of course. Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Yeah, let's do that, please.
Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval
Harrison
studies.
Ford will get it solved.
His name is Lobinel.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
No, he's a young
Where can
creep.
I find this Lobino guy?
At the Krone Museum. I'll give you the address.
He's an idiot, fool.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the wicked queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said mirror, mirror on the wall, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She made me cry so much when I was a kid. Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either.
I did. Right, so...
There's a woman looking at her reflection.
Oh, we already did that one. What about the guy
with a crystal ball? Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knife.
Yes, but it's written in Latin.
Latin.
Disciplinum mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or tapestry.
Or a duvet cover. It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks
Crystal,
like a
like a
gem,
gem, yeah.
on top of a tripod.
That's what I thought. Right, so... Okay. We have a
Maybe
lot
I'll
to
check
go on.
out the Croon Museum.
I'm sure you'll find it useful, George.
And off to the voyage again! Go, George! Go, George! And of course, to be safe, jam it! Jam it and a Coke. Jam and a Coke it. To the museum! Museum! Cause he was a goon! A cozy looking place. Check it out. Check it out, man!
Through the grimy glass, I could see several large shapes in the gloomy room. What they were, I couldn't imagine.
Or couldn't fathom. I do think sometimes the music's a little bit loud. Oh, for God's sake. Can we have it? Yeah. Yeah, have that. Yeah, just because the music's kind of overwhelming us a bit sometimes. There we go. Right. Georgie boy, let's go. Check out this place. Oh, look at the guy's chin.
Had an air of self-importance and the kind of steely eyes that never seemed to blink.
It's Gamer, look. What's that? It looks like I'm bummed by the spinach. I'm bummed by the security guard. That's what he looks like. Good grief.
It was a statue from ancient Egypt. Those old civilizations sure could teach us a few things about art and beauty.
Do you not think he's gonna like the... Oh, there's the fucking tripods. There's tripods.
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited.
I'm so excited. I just can't hide
a collection of rocks. They were all shapes and colors, but they were still rocks. Above them, a sign read, L'Âge Paléolithique. The case contained some fragments of pottery. They looked to me like broken flower pots. Above them, a sign read, L'Âge Paléolithique.
L'Âge Paléolithique. Ah, magnifique.
I looked down at a collection of tools with wooden handles and tarnished metal blades. There were knives, chisels, and spikes fanned out in a semicircle. I guess there's always been a need for home improvement.
Very Tim Allen joke there, George.
The case contained 2 rows of silver coins. Each coin on the lower row showed a portrait of a guy with a huge nose.
Right. What else is there? Anything else?
It was a tapestry of a lady, a lion, and a unicorn. If I'd had more time, I could have stared at it all day. The totem pole looked distinctly out of place in the setting of the museum.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Right.
It was an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus with a beautifully painted effigy of its owner on the lid.
What else we got around here? Can I ask him some questions?
Oui, monsieur?
Are you Lobino?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobino does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
Not today, not today. Have you seen this creepy dude?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. Is there any reason why I should?
I guess not.
Oh, well.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
Not a sausage. Really?
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar. Though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar. Not like Monsieur Lobino.
Okay.
What can you tell me about the collection of pottery?
Those are remains of pots used by the original inhabitants of Paris. The Paris pot people.
When did they move out?
15,000 years ago, monsieur. Vanished in the mists of time. Didn't even have time to pack up their pots.
I thought the original inhabitants of Paris were a tribe known as the Parisi.
That is right, monsieur. Renowned for their pots. You see, in those days, people didn't have much in the way of possessions. A few flints, some animal skins, maybe the odd bone or two. Naturally, when the Parisi came along with their pots, why, everybody wanted one.
I guess they must have caused a kind of consumer frenzy.
We want a pot! They connect the market, cleaned up.
What happened to them?
You don't know the first thing about those pots, do you?
No.
What can you tell me about the collection of
he'll
coins?
tell us nothing.
A rare example of silver coinage from the reign of Philippe le Bel. That little old lay buried for centuries in a field on the outskirts of Paris. They're unique. Nothing like them has been found anywhere else in Europe.
Okay, what about
Who was Philippe le Bel?
You don't know? Philippe IV, the King of France.
Wasn't he the guy who wiped out the Knights Templar?
I have no idea, monsieur. All I know is he was King of France. I don't even know why he was called Philippe le Bel.
Fair enough.
The sign on the tripod says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does?
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No.
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Wait, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that.
He has.
If I studied art and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history.
At your age? Dream on.
That's a bit harsh. You can't let your age stop you. I mean, that's a bit harsh. I will admit that is a bit harsh, George.
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John Dee.
John Dee?
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemists?
Houdini!
Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
But whatever he was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks for your help in some degree. Let him go off and buy this spinach. Because he does just like the chin was very Popeye the Sailor Man there. Right, sneak in while he's not looking. In you get, in you get.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Oh, it's a closet?
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
Yeah. Over there, let's see. You can.
Don't even think of climbing in there, monsieur. You'll be suffocated.
Fine. I always wondered how it felt to be a mummy.
Can I get close enough to look at this?
Hey, no! No, monsieur. No.
No.
What's wrong?
You must not enter the exhibits.
What's to do? Okay, so no sign of Labano then.
The tripod was definitely the one on the manuscript. The temporal connection confirmed it. I was tempted to go to Ireland and check it out.
I guess I better go and speak to Nico about it then, eh? I'm like, Nico! Hey, Granny! I'm just waiting for, like, imagine if Sylvester or something's on the thing and Tweet Pie going, oh, I don't know how to put it yet. I'll knit it away. I don't know, she does. Come on. Right, tell Nico we know where it is. Ireland. Smile.
Hi, George.
It's nice to have a smile when you come in the room. I feel special. I feel cared for. I love it.
I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to the Templars. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marn.
I have heard of Loch Marn.
Loch
I read
Marn.
an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
Ooh, did you know? Let me read. Read all about it.
A popular gossip magazine? You read that rubbish?
No, I write it.
Yeah, smooth, George. Smooth.
Professor Nigel Pegram, excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marn. That's strange.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation. Not only that, but he canceled the filming of a fourth series of his popular television program.
Wonder why he did that. Just checking my mic because I took it out for a second.
This site at Loch Marn must be awful important to him.
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you feel about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going. I want to follow up the Bellotta case. If you really think Pegram's gem is important, why don't you visit Loch Marn?
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly?
It's in Scotland. Near the UK. Come on, George. Get your stuff sorted out.
What do you know about Professor Pegram?
I've seen a television program, Pegram's Past.
Oh.
He's written a book, The Crusader Families of Ireland.
I'll bet he'd be interested in the manuscript.
Oh yeah, he probably would be.
I'll see you later.
So...
Okay. Keep me informed if you find anything
I will.
new.
Here I go to Ireland. We're off to see the Irish. You know, I should drink now since we're going. Can we go to Ireland now? Aeroport. Europe. Loch Marn.
Several hours later, I arrived in Ireland, the Emerald Isle. I'd been lucky to get a bus from Dublin to the tiny village of Loch Marn. On the way out, the driver told me there was only one service a day.
What? One service a day? So if you get kicked out of your hotel and you need to catch a bus, and if you fucking miss it, you are stuck for another day. That's pretty shitty. I've only been to Ireland as a kid when my uncle and my Uncle Keithy and Auntie Catherine got married. But that was like back in 1992, 1993, I think. I was very, very young then. Me and my sister had to take like a boat called the Sea Cat to check it out. What's in the menu, George?
The menu was limited. It read, "No food today." I didn't care. I'd lost my appetite somewhere over the Irish Sea.
Oh, seasick were you, George?
It was a trap door in the sidewalk.
Probably leading to the basement. Oh, what's this? Like he's whistling.
It was a featureless plastic box firmly attached to the wall of the building.
Does it open up?
I tugged at the plastic cover, but it didn't move.
Fair enough. What about that drain?
The drain was covered with an iron grating, through which I could hear the rush and surge of running water.
How are we looking out here?
The farmer's craggy face was set in a mask of aesthetic
appreciation. Hey, Vane, how you doing?
His
Welcome to the stream.
Were set in a pair of manure-caked boots.
Hey, he's a port. He's the sounds of a port. Hello there, good sir. Are you reading the book? What are you reading?
Hi. Do you speak English?
Well, no. What am I supposed to say? No. An implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
I was a little out of practice.
Wow, George, that's amazing. Well, you're welcome to join us for a little bit of humor, because we are playing Broken Sword 1, and we are continuing our first, the first title, because we complete the second one. So I thought we'd bring ourselves to complete the first one, to start off a trilogy. So at the moment we are Guybrush. That's Monkey Island. Woo, bananas there. We are George Stobart, and we are looking for clues for this manuscript. And basically, with that manuscript, we are technically on the trail for the tripod and trying to figure out what this guy called Khan, perfectly cool like Star Trek Khan, the Khan, we have to try and stop him from whatever he's doing. So George has decided to go to Ireland to try and find out more about the castle. So you are virtually just a good point, because I did not expect to go to Ireland, book? But I'm happy.
A book? It's a passport to a world of fantasy and imagination.
Yeah? What's the title?
Creative Shelving for Beginners, the 1978 edition.
Nice, interesting book. I just registered my EQ2 and got the update, so I have some real old school stuff. Nice! I mean, as I said, well, I'm hoping to do at the weekend a stream of Sea of Thieves and have a few drinkies playing Sea of Thieves, because my Game Pass is about to run out on the 4th of this month. So I'm hoping to try and get a little bit more out of it. And because technically Sea of Thieves is the only reason I've got I really play Game Pass, but hopefully we'll oh, EverQuest 2, that's right, you were mentioning that. I remember that now.
What's so cool about home improvement?
There's nothing like it. The resinous autumnal aroma of seasoned wood, the rhythmic rasp of the blade. Ah, no wonder our Lord came to earth as the son of a humble carpenter. I bet he was a wizard with a chisel and a length or two before.
Surely the betrayal of Christ's adoptive family as humble artisans is a symbolic metaphor.
I don't know about that, but I know they were carpenters. Haven't you read the book?
Well,
no.
But I have seen The Greatest Story Ever Told, and I don't recall Jesus putting up any shelves.
No, when you think about it, no. Tell us about the castle.
Tell me about the castle.
Not
like
much,
castles.
I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know,
cold as ice.
This castle is said to be over 600 years old.
It's more older than that, I'm sure. I had to reinstate my subs just to do so due to the degree my character is at in levels and such. Yeah.
Who built the castle?
Mad Phelan, the first Lord of Lochmarn. Well, I say lord, but actually he was little more than a village chieftain. He built his castle from the remains of the Templar Preceptory.
I see, so he built it from the Preceptory. Oh, I almost said Vasect. Oopsie, what's it meant? Oh dear.
Do you mind if I climb up your haystack to get into the castle?
He's gonna go,
what?
no.
You'd break your stupid neck for sure. Do you think I stand by and see your brains dashed out?
I'd be very careful, and I promise not to sue.
You won't get the chance. Not while I'm here to stop you.
Okay, so we need to get rid of this guy.
Have you seen Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
Oh, for God damn it, we came to see him and he's away back to England. Really? Oh.
Where was the site of the Templar Preceptory?
Right
here
on Templar Hill. Phelan built right on top of the old wall. It's said that deep beneath these walls, there's a Templar chapel.
Did Pegram discover the chapel?
I don't know. His workers were sworn to secrecy.
Right, so we need to get him. We need to get him out of the way. Right, so at least we have. Let me go. Whoa! Come back this way, George. See if there's something here first. There's locking the door. We're obviously not going to get in that way, are we? No. So there's nothing here. Okay. That's the point where paid is the mandate even to use a lot of the gear. Yeah, I kind of hate that in games that when you've got a game and you've got to pay for it still to keep enjoying it. I kind of feel that's a bit annoying. That's why I just kind of go as soon as it's free, it's free.
Hi there.
Let's see what this guy's saying.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
I'm George Stobart. Nice to meet you. Have you ever heard of
the name? Murder's my game.
Are you a detective?
Let's just say I'm here to find the truth.
Cool. Just like on the telly.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm
Is he related to Toby McGuire?
From me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home.
That sounds like a song,
says I. See what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly
I was kind of getting it.
Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year.
Oh dear. Let's ask him about clowns.
Have you seen
Come
a
on.
guy dressed as a clown?
If I was just starting fresh, I would just
they all dress like clowns.
it for some.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. It's just like that film I saw. There's this clown, see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff.
only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
Slicing, jeez.
That doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh, no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids.
Oh, he
10
likes
kids
really.
if you count the wives.
Jesus. But I could also do the in-game reading and uber spicy items. True. As long as you get to enjoy it, though.
Pegram?
Can you
Have you ever seen the Broken Swords, by the way?
In the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
It's him! That's the one! Right.
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No. It's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No. Only...
What?
Oh, the creepy dude.
Oh, nothing.
Don't you owe nothing. You tell us more, McGuire.
You know something about the castle. You're not telling me, don't you?
No, but I did get space engineers.
No.
I was thinking of getting it.
What are you covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
Put him up, he says. Yeah, I was thinking of getting it, but obviously in Scotland, all the price hiking with the gas, electric and everything, so we are quite really buckered. Scotland is fucked. We are totally screwed right now. So that's kind of why I'm doing a lot of streaming tonight. I'm going to be doing this for a little while yet, and we're also doing Batman Arkham Asylum tonight, this evening, in I think it's probably just about 7:30
I'll give
or
you
something.
One last chance to tell me about
Come on,
the castle.
tell us about the castle, man.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Spaceballs, I remember that.
Back to school.
Back to school.
Oh. There's a ghost.
Oh, it's a ghost, is there?
It's called the Phantom of Loch Man.
I love Spaceballs. It's a great movie.
You believe in
it's a great
ghosts,
movie.
Are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about.
Right.
I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
Yeah, what kind of noise?
Horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worst.
Worst?
It was coming from inside the castle.
You know what you need to call? Call the Ghostbusters. No, call Ghostbusters. Because I'm not afraid no ghost. I'm not afraid no beer. Dude. I almost burst out of the moment they're going like that.
Was making the noise in the castle?
Right.
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon
as long as you didn't have a great fall.
Greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but my legs had lost their stuffing.
So basically he's saying that his legs got tired.
Did
Fair
you
enough.
get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows.
Did you hear a wolf howling too?
And tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I'm so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
It's gotta be.
The bloody place is haunted.
That breaks it down. So
can you tell me where I'd find Pegram?
Yeah,
no, I
Pegram.
can't, because he's not here now. But if I sees him, I'll ask him.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure. Jewels
Treasure?
and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
Very Indiana Jones, then.
Do you know anything about Pegram's dig?
He wouldn't let me anywhere near it. I offered to help, but he chased me off. I didn't want to see his smelly old hole anyhow.
That just sounds like a very bad euphemism, but okay, let's continue asking.
Did anyone from the village work at the dig?
Yeah, let's
Pegram
ask.
brought some students and bums with him. He reckoned no one in Loch Man would know what to look for. The only local guy who worked for him was Sean Fitzgerald.
What does this Fitzgerald guy look like?
Yeah.
Big head, big ears, and face irons.
What?
You know, spectacles, glasses. He's blind as a bat without him.
Right, okay, so we're looking for a guy with glasses.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Okay, mister, we'll speak to you later. Let's check out the pub. Let's go in the pub. Let's see what he's up to. Well, there's a guy with glasses right there in front of us. Could that be him?
I recognized the guy from McGuire's description. He was real twitchy. The white whiskers on the bartender's flushed face were like garlands on the
Bless you,
tree.
beardy guy, in the corner of the table. Jeez.
The top of his head was too slick and shiny to act as a perch for a Christmas angel.
I'm really enjoying the violinist there. Jeez, have you ever heard of a tissue, sneezes boy? Jeez.
The guy with the fiddle seemed oblivious to everything except his playing. Meanwhile, everyone else in the bar seemed oblivious to him.
Well, I'll say this much for a guy who can play. It's very joyous. I really like it.
The guy sat in the corner as if he was a permanent fixture.
This is Cheers, but the low-budget version, right?
There was a vacant look on his cow-like face that said quite clearly, "Nobody home." His elbow rested on an obviously soggy piece of towel.
Ew. Can we take that?
As the man raised his arm to drink, I snatched the towel away.
I don't know why I did that, but...
It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words, "Nagopolian Stout builds body."
I don't know, he makes Super Bard. Yeah, he does! Right.
It was an electric glass washer. It looked even older than the barman. I'd been taught not to judge people by their appearance or their clothes.
Yeah, which is good. You don't do that.
Nobody ever said anything about runny noses.
God, you should take some fucking, what you call it, like some cough syrup, man. Jesus. Let's talk to him, see
Hi
what
there,
he's...
old-timer.
Excuse you.
Nasty cold you've got
What?
there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty? I put the question to Father Mahoney. Father, says I, why were we born to suffer snot?
What did he say?
He said, it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Pious prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. 'Tis the hay fever.
Pollinosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
Police? No. I'd know it if you were.
Okay, so... now to head to sing a Nordic tune while he's doing it. He has a shoe in. Yes!
Can I buy you a beer?
Very kind, I'm sure. But I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
What's wrong with it?
I've seen what it can do.
Oh, I've seen things now.
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Yeah.
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochbarn Castle
It's
is
haunted.
That's what the kid outside told me, but I don't believe it.
Then you're a fool.
Tell us about the guy who...
Fitzgerald. Have you seen him?
Never heard of him.
Don't you come from around here?
None of your business. I didn't ask where you come from, did I?
I'm from California.
That's your problem.
Ragnar the Red Fiddle style. Let's go.
Do you know Pegram, the archaeologist?
That's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it?
Excuse you, man. Stop sneezing
No, I
at George.
don't know him.
Jesus. Do you know
Were
anything
you
about the
aware
dig
that
site?
Pegram was conducting an archaeological dig?
I don't meddle in other people's affairs. They don't interest me.
I have no interest. Invest.
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
I told you, I never heard of him.
Okay, what about the... Tell us
Have
more
you
about the
ever
ghost.
seen the ghost?
To be sure.
Like Ghostbusters.
With me very own eyes.
Another person that's seen it. Ooh, well, tell
Can
us
you
more.
describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly, flappy wings.
Wait a minute, that sounds like a chicken.
It wasn't a wild animal, a rabbit or a skunk or something?
Yeah, it sounds...
In Lochmarn? That'll be the day.
But it sounds like... I don't like his sneezing.
That was a ghost, to be sure.
Or a goat, maybe?
I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh.
Oh, well, I guess you didn't see it then.
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
Yeah.
You can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
Ooh. Right.
I'll see you later. I'd been taught not... Nobody ever...
Because I think I saw someone when he was sneezing. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there you go. He's took someone out. It's a piece of string.
As soon as the old guy looked away, I grabbed his piece of wire.
Right, so... I saw something in the ground. I took a shot, so I got it. I'm enjoying this fiddle-dee, fiddle-doo-doo. Let's get to the main point. Let's speak to this guy. He looks like Tintin, but he's grown up.
Mr. Fitzgerald? What? I need to speak with you urgently.
Oh? Zoinks, man. No?
What's the problem?
Nothing, we're just, Can we ask about the dig
Professor
site?
Peagram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
McGuire says you did.
You don't believe that damned hooligan, do you?
Why not?
His probation officer could tell you a tale or two.
Oh, he's in trouble now, is he? Ah, well, we kind of guessed that.
Have you heard about the gem which Peagram found?
I heard a rumor, but you can't believe everything you hear or see, can you?
Where can I find Professor
Peagram?
I heard he's gone fishing. I don't know where.
Is he going online fishing, or is he actually just fishing? Because wait, the internet doesn't really stick around much just now, is it?
What can you tell me about the castle?
We're all still in dialogue then.
Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Anything more about the castle?
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little ones fell off the wall, broke his head and died.
Shit.
We didn't go there anymore.
You haven't been up there recently?
No.
Okay. Can I buy you a beer?
Get you another drink?
Oh, no thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
Okay, have you... Okay. I think we kind of asked what we needed. Let's speak to the... I want to start the violinist.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you! He's going to look at me funny going, what?
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
It's not very Jacksepticeye there, is it?
Or you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
Say aye for the minute.
Idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could. If you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the undertaker comes to collect him.
Oh, what?
Do you know Sean Fitzgerald very well?
I know him enough not to sell him more than 2 pints. He's like a kid when he gets a few beers inside him.
I'm not surprised. He's on medication. For his nerves.
There's nothing wrong with his nerves. He's just screwy.
That's nice of you to say.
Do you know a man called Peagram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
Yes, we'll say we're a
friend of his. In a manner of speaking, I am.
Right, me boyo, 160 quid he owes me, pay up.
That's Peagram's business, not mine.
Ah, but he's done a bunk, hasn't he? Scampered.
I know. That's why I'm here, to look for him.
And what about the money he owes me?
When I find him, I'll remind him about it.
Phew, that was close. He always had to pay for his own crap.
Did Peagram stay here?
Yes, he did. 6 nights plus breakfast.
Jesus.
He couldn't have had breakfast this morning. Not unless he had it afore he went to bed.
What the hell are you talking about, Doyle?
The history fella. I seen him this morning. Crack of dawn. I had to get up at 4 o'clock to see to the missus.
I didn't know your wife was sick, Pat.
She's not. Anyhow, I went out to empty the bucket. And what do you think I saw?
What did you see?
For the love of God, Doyle, get to the
Doyle!
point.
Doyle!
It was the history man heading out to the village on a bicycle.
I knew it.
Was he doing an ET
Hand
escape?
over me money, or I'll throw you out.
Can I see Peagram's room?
It's been taken by one of the brothers from the reformatory. They come every year for spiritual refreshment.
That's a good one. Their idea of refreshment is a gutful of stout.
I wouldn't want to disturb a man of God, especially not a big fella from the bad boys' home.
I don't blame you, Mick. That brother's got muscles like a muscle man.
Right, okay, so let's ask about... Maybe we could ask about
Do you
Khan.
recognize
Maybe...
this man?
Yeah, let's see if you know...
Change the subject. Are you going to pay me Peagram's rent or not?
No way. Listen, I'm not really his friend. I've never even met the guy. But I need to find Peagram urgently. I think his life is in danger.
Damn right it is.
Excuse me for butting in, Michael, but I think the young fella's telling the truth.
I'm sorry I bit your head off, sir.
Well, that's okay, I understand.
No, yeah,
Yes.
I do understand. Right, so let's say... Say
What
about the
can you tell me
castle.
about the castle?
You're the second person to ask me that today. I don't know anything about the castle. It's only an old ruin anyway.
Oh god, I got an itchy ear. Ah!
Who
The
else
game
was
is
asking
taking over
about
my
the castle?
brain!
He said he was a reporter. He was asking about the little people.
I could have told him a tale or two about the little people. He might
The
have paid me
leprechauns!
to hear what he wanted me to
The
say.
leprechauns!
Anyway,
That's what we want about.
I chucked him out on his arse.
Good for you, Mick. That's the way to deal with journalists.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess
yeah.
so. What's real
Let's try
ale,
it.
anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't
Basically
be kept under
slop,
pressure
maybe.
or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
I'm taking
In other
notes
words,
now.
it's flat and worn with bits in. It makes you fall over.
Makes you fall over. Oh, he's gonna let me try it. Let's ask about the clown.
Have you
Ask about the
served
clown.
any, clowns recently?
No, you're the first today.
Seriously, I'm looking for a man dressed in a clown
Oh
costume.
dear.
Would he be having a little white dog with a black patch over the eye?
I shouldn't think so.
I have kind of thought maybe I should move my camera further up so you guys can see the text a little bit easier. Maybe I should do that.
Thanks.
Right. What I'll do is, please don't crash. Please don't crash. So what we'll do